You might already know it. It might even seem basic, but the results are out of this world. It's something you may have known all along. Simple, yes, but its power? Truly remarkable. Say goodbye to your old self. A letter that will set you free. There comes a moment, quiet, unassuming, when you realize you're not the same person you were 10, 20, or even just 5 years ago. Maybe it hits you while looking at an old photograph, or maybe it's a quiet ache in your chest that whispers, "I'm different now." But what if you could write a letter, a real, heartfelt farewell to the version of yourself that no longer serves you, the version that carried your pain, made your mistakes, lived through your hardest lessons? What if you could let her go? In this video, I'll walk with you, step by step, through a beautiful, healing practice that helps you write a goodbye letter to your old self. And I promise, by the end, you'll feel something shift inside. You might already know this practice. It might even seem basic, but the results are out of this world. If you stay with me until the end, you'll receive not just a letter, but a new beginning. So take a deep breath. Let's begin this gentle, powerful journey together. Why write a farewell letter to yourself? Why bother writing a letter to your old self? What's the point? The truth is, every one of us carries past versions of ourselves, like layers of clothing we've outgrown but never took off. We wear them out of habit, out of guilt, or simply because no one told us it was okay to let them go. Writing a farewell letter is not about forgetting or erasing your past. It's about honoring it. It's a chance to say, "Thank you for what you taught me, but I don't need to carry you anymore." This kind of letter can bring surprising relief. For many in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, it's an act of emotional decluttering. A goodbye and a thank you rolled into one. Imagine the peace of finally saying goodbye to self-blame, to old stories, to habits that no longer fit the life you're living now. This is about clearing emotional space so the person you are today can breathe a little easier, stand a little taller, and smile a little more freely. The past got you here, but it doesn't have to follow you everywhere. The emotional baggage we all carry. Let's be honest, we all carry emotional baggage. Maybe it's guilt about something you said or didn't say. Maybe it's shame from a decision that didn't turn out the way you hoped. Or maybe it's just the quiet weight of regret, like background music you've gotten used to. As we age, those feelings don't disappear. They settle in deeper. But here's the good news. Writing can shake them loose. When you give your old self a voice on paper, you begin to lift that weight. You take it out of the shadows and into the light. You name it, and in doing so, you begin to let it go. This isn't about reliving pain. It's about acknowledging it so it can soften, so it can release. Some people cry during this process. That's okay. That's healing in motion. That's your heart unclenching. You're not writing a letter to fix the past. You're writing it to give yourself peace in the present. And that's something worth reaching for. Your old self is not a mistake. One of the biggest lies we tell ourselves is that our old self was a mistake. That version of you who messed up, who stayed too long, who didn't know better, that version is easy to judge. But let me tell you something powerful. She did the best she could. She didn't have today's wisdom. She didn't have today's strength. But she had courage. She showed up. She survived. And in many ways, she protected you. Your old self may have made decisions out of fear or desperation or love that wasn't fully returned. But those choices weren't mistakes. They were part of becoming. When you write this letter, don't write with bitterness. Write with gratitude. Recognize her effort. Appreciate her struggle. You don't need to pretend she was perfect. You only need to honor that she tried. And that trying got you here, to this moment, with this pen in your hand, and this new beginning to again. Where do you begin? A blank page can be the hardest place to start. So let's take it slow. Begin by sitting quietly. Let your breathing settle. Picture your old self walking into the room. How old is she? What's her posture? What's the expression on her face? Now greet her. Say hello like you would to an old friend. In your letter, you can begin with something as simple as, "Dear me, I remember you." Or, "Dear younger me, there's something I've been wanting to say." Let the words come naturally. You're not performing for anyone. This is private, personal, sacred. It's between you and you. And there's no wrong way to do it. Don't worry about grammar. Don't worry about structure. Just let your heart speak. If you feel tears, let them come. They mean you're touching something real. And that's exactly where healing lives. What to include in the letter? So what exactly do you write? Think of this letter as a conversation across time. You can start with memories, moments that still linger in your chest. Then move into forgiveness. Say things like, "I forgive you for," or "I understand why." These aren't just phrases, they're emotional keys. They unlock doors you may not have realized were shut. You might also want to thank her. Say, "Thank you for getting me through that." Or, "Thank you for trying so hard when things felt impossible." And finally, tell her what you're ready to let go of. Say, "I now release," whatever that is, shame, fear, anger. It doesn't need to stay. You get to decide what remains. You get to choose what comes with you into the next chapter. This letter is your permission slip to release what no longer serves you and to bless what still does. A story from Eleanor, 74. Let me tell you about Eleanor. She's 74 now, living quietly in Minnesota. A few years ago, she wrote a farewell letter to her 35-year-old self, the version of her who stayed in a marriage that drained her. In the letter, she wrote, "I forgive you for believing you were unworthy of love." She said the words felt strange at first, but the more she wrote, the lighter she felt. She cried hard, but when she finished, she felt something shift. It was like I gave myself permission to stop blaming me, she told me. Eleanor kept that letter folded in her journal, and every now and then, when doubt creeps in, she reads it again, not to reopen the wound, but to remember how far she's come. Her story reminds us healing isn't loud. Sometimes it's just a quiet letter written with love. Letting go is an act of strength. There's a myth that holding on is strength, that the longer we cling to our pain, the more powerful we are. But let me offer a new truth. Letting go is the real strength. It takes courage to loosen your grip. It takes faith to release what you've carried for decades. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean pretending it didn't hurt. It means saying, "I'm ready to live without this weight." And that's bold. That's brave. When you write a farewell letter to your old self, you're choosing to be the kind of strong that is soft, the kind that forgives, the kind that moves forward even with a tender heart. And in your 60s, 70s, and 80s, that kind of strength is gold. It's not about starting over, it's about starting fresh, with peace, with grace, with freedom you've more than earned. Let's pause together. You've just walked through some deep waters, so I invite you now to close your eyes, unless you're driving, of course, and place a hand gently on your heart. Take a slow breath in, and as you exhale, whisper to yourself, "I honor who I was, I bless who I am." Just those words. No pressure to feel anything grand, just a whisper of kindness to yourself. You've spent years showing up for others. Now, you're showing up for you. Feel that? That's your heart receiving grace. That's the first step in healing. It's not loud, it's not dramatic, it's quiet, almost sacred, and yet it shifts everything. So take another breath, smile a little if you can. You're doing something rare and beautiful right now, and I'm proud of you for being here. If you've made it this far, that says something important about you. You're not just curious, you're ready. Ready to gently release the past. Ready to open your heart to something softer, something kinder. If you're watching this right now and still with me, would you do something small but meaningful? Type 1 in the comments below. That simple number tells me and others that you're on this path too, that you've chosen to heal instead of hide. You never know who might see your comment and feel less alone. And that's the beautiful thing. We're walking this journey side by side, quietly, gently, together. So go ahead and type 1. Let's begin a quiet ripple of encouragement, one heart at a time. Your letter doesn't have to be long. One of the most comforting truths about this practice is that your letter doesn't have to be long. It's not about page count, it's about heart. Some people write a few sentences and feel their entire chest loosen. Others write for pages, tears falling with every word. There is no right way, just your way. Don't hold back because you think it has to be perfect. Don't wait for the right words. The right words are the ones that come from your true self without judgment. Let them spill onto the page as they come. Maybe it's a short note. I see you. I forgive you. Thank you. Maybe it's more. Whatever comes, honor it. You're not writing an essay. You're writing a release, a moment of grace. And often a whisper on paper can carry more power than 1,000 spoken words. Trust your heart. She knows what needs to be said. What to do after you write it. Once you've written your letter, pause, sit with it, let it breathe. Then, when you're ready, read it out loud. You may feel silly. Do it anyway. Hearing your own words can unlock a deeper layer of release. After that, you have options. You can keep it in a drawer or journal. You can tuck it in a box with a ribbon around it. You can burn it carefully, watching the words turn to ash and float away. Some people bury theirs in the earth. Others read it out loud to a trusted friend or therapist. What matters most is that you treat the moment with care, with ceremony. This isn't just a piece of paper. It's your past speaking its final words. It's your soul saying, I'm ready. Let the letter find its home, whether in your hands, the fire, or the soil. Wherever it goes, let it take the weight with it. What you might feel afterward. After you write and release your letter, don't be surprised if your emotions shift. Some people feel a profound sense of lightness. Others feel weepy for a few days. Some report vivid dreams. Some feel a sudden burst of energy. All of these are signs that something inside is moving. You've done emotional work, deep, soulful work, and your body and heart may need to catch up. Be gentle with yourself. Drink water. Take walks. Breathe deeply. Talk to someone if feelings come up unexpectedly. This is all normal. You've opened a door that was closed for years, maybe decades. Now the air is flowing through. Let it move. Let it clear what needs to be cleared. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are healing. And healing can look and feel like many things. Whatever shows up, welcome it as a guest on the way to your peace. Let's try it together. Let's take a moment and try this together. You don't need to write a whole letter right now. Just one sentence. I'll guide you. Grab a piece of paper or open the Notes app on your phone and write this. Dear me, I've carried you for so long, but now I want to set you down gently with love. How does that feel? Just writing that one line may stir something. If it does, you're doing it right. You're connecting. If you want to keep going, do. Let your heart take the lead. But if that's all you can write today, that's enough. You showed up. You listened. And you spoke your truth, even if it was only one sentence long. That is sacred. That is real. And that is healing. The gift you give yourself. Writing this farewell letter isn't about the past. It's about the present and the future. It's about releasing the weight you've been dragging behind you so you can walk into the next chapter of your life feeling lighter, more spacious, more at peace. You're not erasing who you were. You're thanking her, blessing her, letting her rest. You're giving yourself the gift of freedom, of clarity, of peace. And that peace ripples into every part of your life. Your sleep, your relationships, your sense of joy. It's a gift that keeps giving. And you don't need permission from anyone but yourself to receive it. So say yes. Yes to peace. Yes to release. Yes to the beauty
of who you've become. One more story. Melvin, 82. Melvin, a retired teacher from Oregon, shared his story with us. He wrote a farewell letter to the version of himself who spent decades angry at the world, at himself, at life. In his letter, he said, "You were trying to protect me. I get that now, but I don't need that armor anymore." Melvin said writing those words changed him. "I felt like I could finally put down the shield I'd been holding since I was 18. That's what these letters do. They help us say, "Thank you for surviving. Now I'll take it from here." Melvin now reads his letter once a year as a reminder that even at 82, we are still becoming, still healing, still free to choose softness. What would your letter help you put down? Here's the most important truth of this whole video. You might already know this practice. It might even seem basic, but when done with heart, deep, honest heart, the results are out of this world. This letter is more than words. It's a turning point. It's a way to close one chapter with grace and open another with hope. It's a bridge from who you were to who you are becoming. And if you give yourself the gift of this letter, you may find something remarkable. You begin to feel lighter, freer, more at peace with yourself. That's the power of saying goodbye with love. If this journey touched your heart, I invite you to take one final step with me. Type 2 in the comments. That number says, "I'm ready to let go. I'm ready to live in peace." And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it with someone who's carrying an old version of themselves too, because healing isn't meant to be done alone. It's meant to be witnessed. And when we come together quietly, bravely, we remind each other that we are still becoming, still healing, still beautifully human. So go ahead, type 2, subscribe, and let's keep walking this path of grace together.